Britain is an absolute joke. Now think about this. Imagine for just a second if we were to go back in time and tell an Englishman walking the streets of London in 1950s Britain that in 75 years' time British Parliament would be populated by many first and second generation immigrants who seem to put more of their time and energy into campaigning for foreign countries than they do Britain. Or in this case I'm about to show, Gaza, which isn't even a country. I mean, just look at the Twitter account of Zara Sultana, for example. 90% of her posts are about Palestine. The same with Iqbal Mohammed. How does this benefit Britain? Exactly. It doesn't. So do their loyalties align more with Gaza or Britain? By the looks of it, Gaza. Anyway, in other, much darker and more sinister news, here is an absolutely appalling video of Ayub Khan, another member of parliament, telling a room of fellow Pakistanis that the grooming gang scandal is a false narrative, despite the fact that recent evidence definitively proves that Pakistani heritage men were significantly overrepresented among known group-based child exploitation perpetrators. Just take a listen to these obvious attempts at covering it up.
So when the right-wing media and those that seek to undermine, they are using a false narrative. And there's nothing new in that, because we know what they have ran in the past, whether it's in relation to the people that stand up for human rights, for Palestine in Kashmir, whether it's to do with grooming gangs. It's a narrative that is done in order to sow division. And we must prevent that from happening. And one of the ways that we achieve that is to make sure that the moment a false narrative is arisen, that we address it immediately. And we fail to do that as parliamentarians.
Well, here's why you failed to do that. Because it was bloody true. There was literally nothing you could say except admit the truth or try to cover it up like the vile human being you really are.
And I spoke to Tyrell, Member of Parliament, and I said to him that one of the things that we must make sure is that that false narrative doesn't catch air. Because when that catches air, it runs around all communities and it causes division.
Absolutely disgusting. Now, why would this man be obfuscating atrocities and protecting the perpetrators? I really wonder. The grooming gang scandal has been proven as real and in many cases involved the deliberate targeting of British girls. In a Rotherham case in the 2010s, several victims reported that their abusers referred to them as white slags or white trash. Court testimonies revealed some abusers targeted white girls specifically, viewing them as easy or less valuable. The fact that certain people and communities are still trying to deny and cover up this heinous crime against the British people to this very day is an absolute disgrace.